What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another video. This is 28 Hertz, and I want to tell you something. Before you can win, you have to lose and lose and lose and lose and lose. People do not want to lose, and that's why they will never win. If you are afraid to lose, you are essentially saying you are afraid to become who you need to become. Because in order to become who you need to become, you need to fall. You need to fall on your ass. You need to hit your head a couple of times. You need to take some L's. Because L's is what creates the character. It creates the arc. Sometimes shit. Listen, it creates the beef, the meat of the story. It creates the why. It creates the reasoning. It creates the energy. It creates the hunger. The right L could set you up with every W for the rest of your life. The right L could set you right for the rest of your life. The right L can make you a winner for the rest of your life. Like some people, one L just hit them so deep that they was like, I would never. And that's, I love when it gets to that point. I love when it gets to the point where you deal with some shit in life and you take such a big L that you're like, I will never allow myself to get here again. Sometimes that's what the fuck you need to feel. Sometimes that's what the fuck you need to feel. You need to feel like I will never allow myself to get back here ever in my life. And it's so funny because I look at certain people who pretend. They pretend to be pure. They pretend to be authentic. They pretend to be real. And then they wonder why their results are pretend. They wonder why their results aren't tangible. Why their results leak holes and they're not ever really stable. It's because you were pretending to be that person. You have to actually become that person. You have to actually embody that life, embody that new you, not just put it on like it's a piece of clothing. It's not on you, it's in you. And some people are just not winners, and that's okay. I want to give you a level of encouragement to let you know there's nothing wrong with you because you've been more isolated because you're locked in. There's nothing wrong with you. It happens. It's a part of the journey. The problem is that you're not going to hear a lot about it because only the 0.1% dealt with it. And not a lot of 0.1%ers are making books about what actually is required. That's why I told you Can't Hurt Me. Think Rich, yes, but Can't Hurt Me, Relentless, Never Finish. Like David Goggins is a perfect person to understand kind of like the stoicism of life. And quite frankly, I think that you can go about life with a pure heart and everything. You should. I think a pure heart is the only kind of heart that can even understand stoicism, though, if you understand what I'm saying. To be able to turn off your feelings or to be able to feel them and not let them consume you is to mean that you feel them. So that means that you have your heart open. You haven't turned it off, you know? And it's a shame that some people are just afraid to feel life. They run away from the realness of life. I can't respect it. You're weak. You're weak. You're weak. And you cannot afford to be around weak people. People tell you exactly who they are. It's crazy. People tell you exactly who they are. It's up to you to believe them. I'm like flashing back in my head, like some of the things that people say. I'm just like, damn, you were telling me who you were the whole time. Why didn't I believe you? Why don't we believe people when they show us? Because we have a good heart and we want to not believe that about people. We don't want to think that way about people, but we have to get out of our own way when it comes to seeing the truth. We have to remove our bias. We have to move our desires out in order to see the truth, because you may want that person to be that person, but that's not who that person is. And that's okay. Because the more you realize that that person is not who that person is, the more you find out who you actually are. Because you start to understand what it is that you actually want to attract and what you don't want to attract. And that, my friend, is what I don't want to attract. Hey, I'm doing a video. Give me a couple minutes. That, my friend, right there is not what you want to attract. You don't want to attract fake people. You don't want to attract people who don't take account. Like, people out here really don't take accountability. And the only way I understood that was by massively taking accountability in my own life. The moment I started to see what accountability looked like in my own life, the more I was able to see when a motherfucker was bullshitting me. People will bullshit you because they bullshit themselves. If they would cheat a workout, what makes you think they will not cheat you? Exactly. If they can't keep their word with themselves, what makes you think that they're going to keep their word with you? Exactly. Some people, they don't want to see the truth. To see the truth would destroy their whole life, because that means that the persona that they created of themselves, they find out that it wasn't real or accurate. It was never really them. And some people don't want that news flash, chat. I love making these videos because I feel like I can actually provide things to think about, things to sit on, things to ponder about. And I feel like that's what the world is missing. Pondering. Like, when's the last time that you actually sat by yourself with no stimulation for 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Like, when I sit there and I stare at a wall, all the answers come. There's no way it doesn't. All the answers come. Everything comes out. Any thoughts that you were trying to hide, it will make its way out. And you have no choice but to face it. And what are you going to do when you feel that thought? Are you going to act on it? You're not that person no more. Don't act on that shit. Only act on the thoughts that correlate with the new identity. That's what it is. Make sure you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. You want to say something, Cleo? You want to say something?